Hey, what's up, players? WWE Hall of Famer Teddy Long. I just want to endorse some of my brothers that are doing an outstanding job of podcast. I'm talking about the first Black Champ podcast, one of the greatest podcasts of all time, and it's growing and growing each and every day. Talking about my man, J.R. Bang and Champ from the Port. Players, you better take a listen to them, and if you don't, I'll have J.R. Bang and Champ put them in a tag team match, and it's going to be a lot of trouble.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. What is the good word with your life and your times? We are back, man. And a decent amount of wrestling has finally been talk worthy. So we can talk about it. We can talk about it. But it's been a fiery 2 weeks in the world of wrestling. And it is time for us to come back to our square so we can talk like nobody else in the world. So I'll spare you the long intro. Get ready, because it is time for the first Black Champ podcast. And even on the hiatus, I am your podcast Intercontinental Champion, Camp from the Port.
And I am J.R. Bang. Make sure you rate, like, subscribe to the FBC POD on all social networks. Make sure you subscribe to the Barbershop Network to get the podcast. Make sure you go ahead and get the merch. You see what Camp got on. It's a sunshiny day out there in Nashville, like it is out here in Chicago, because today is not only the return of the FBC POD, it's also the first day of the first official Sunday of the regular season. So before we even get started with wrestling, Camp, how is the temperature out there in Nashville, Tennessee? New quarterback Cam Ward out there,
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? And the new regime that's out there. How does Nashville feel about his Tennessee Titans?
Man, you know what? I'll be honest, it's been pretty quiet. And I think rightfully so, because we did this all last year. We did the new regime, and we did Levi, and we did, and that's what people start calling them when they were like, yo, no, Levi's, bro, you gotta get him out of here. And I was just like, okay. All right. But and then it made it no better that Malik came back, scorched the team up on the Packers. It was bad. So right now, I'll be honest, it's like the gear is coming out, but I'll keep it 1,000. I've been in Midtown to downtown all week. There was more Eagles fans outside than there was Tennessee Titans fans in general. There was more Arkansas Razorback fans. There was more Georgia fans. There was more of everybody. It was more of everybody in the streets the last week and a half. So I don't know. I mean, between that, waiting for the new stadium, and people waiting for how much it costs, it don't look like spirits is high out here in Nashville. I'm just gonna keep it 1,000.
Well, I got the Nashville Tennessee Titans finishing last in that division. Not
Hey, sound like everybody else do too.
I want to preface this by saying that I do believe in Cam Ward. I believe that Cam Ward is going to be a good one. It's just not going to be this year. I said that this is going to be the Peyton Manning first year and with the coach year, where you knew he had something, but shit gonna be huff. So that's all. So Tennessee Titans, Now out here in Chicago, we just had a sort of an expose that was released over the weekend about the Chicago Bears organization, talking about Caleb Williams and his first year with the Bears, and how apparently, now, and this is why I don't like media. Now, this is, as a member of the media,
okay,
for 15 years now, this is when I don't like the media. When there's a report that comes out, and in the report, you start hearing some medical shit. Like apparently Caleb Williams got dyslexia.
All right. That wasn't even on the draft. That wasn't on the sheet.
Yeah. Like, apparently, and some former members of the organization who says that they believe that Caleb Williams has dyslexia. And how apparently that might be the reason why he wasn't as good and we could have coached him a different way. Now, it was other shit in the expose, which I've heard or we've heard over the year. But when you start talking about a player got dyslexia, now you're messing with the intelligence.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
Some media organizations was under fire.
Because basically you're saying, so he saw the O instead of the X first?
Right.
What are you trying to say?
It's like, man, if we would have known he was dyslexic, we would have coached him differently. But he was also lazy, so.
so not only could he not see what you're doing, he didn't really want to do what he couldn't see he was doing.
A lot of black man tropes. That's all
dang.
I'm going to say. But shouts out to my man, Zach Silverstein. You know what I'm saying? Read Jack. He read that whole joint to a T and was like, yo, this some huff-ass journalism. But that was part one. Part two was them basically saying that the GM on bullshit. Can't wait till part 3 comes out. Look, as I told my members of Barbershop Network, shouts out to Scott, Dante, Courtney, and the gang. I just hit the play button to hit listen to the audio, and it was an hilarious podcast episode. Like it was like, yo, this is what we doing right before the season start. Like, you could have. Now right. The crazy thing is on the 9th. Before you go on the 9th, Seth Wickersham, ESPN journalist and author, college football journalist and author, has a book that will be released on the 9th about quarterbacks in the NFL. And it was a couple of weeks ago where Caleb Williams was in the news because there was a lot of quotes from Caleb Williams and his dad. Now, the crazy thing about this is that they kind of talked about the Bears organization. Caleb Williams' daddy said this is where quarterbacks go to die. And, the Bears, where quarterbacks go to die. They was wondering how they could circumvent the draft and shit, but Caleb Williams came in on his 30th visit. He was like, you know what? I'm here. Like, we good. I'm here. Their name is on that, though. Yeah. That's not sources say. It's Caleb Williams and his daddy.
Right.
And this shit that came out the other day, it's unnamed sources. It's people who used to work for the organization. It's close friends from the former offensive coordinator. It's a whole bunch of them niggas over there.
Right.
And not a lot of Caleb Williams and his daddy said this. Right. So much respect to Caleb Williams and his daddy for putting their name on what they say. And fuck these former coaches in the organization who couldn't put their name on what they talked about.
Yeah. No, because, literally, that's what I was about to ask. Like, are people making the separation? Because it's one thing to say, oh, sources say, versus like, no, you know what? Hey, when this dropped, I said this, and he said that. So, because I was starting to wonder, I'm like, is there some kind of campaign to kind of like just skew the image, perspective, whatever it is, of Caleb because of what happened with Kyle? Like, so I've been, obviously I don't pay that close attention, but I did remember seeing it. And I'm like, wait a minute. I think this was the kid that everybody was high on. Why are they doing this? Like, why is this happening? Now, all of a sudden he gets to the Bears, and now not only is he not as good as you thought he'd be, but then also it's like, oh, he don't even want to be here no way. Him and his daddy be shitting on the team. Blah, 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 blah. And I was like, oh man, like this ain't good. But I was like, but wait, they saying what they saying though. And that should be like, that should be it. Like, hey, look, if I'm putting my name on something versus saying, oh, I never said anything. I just been locked in on training camp, and I just been trying to get ready to come back. If they did that, I'm like, okay, yeah, no, that's you cat. But they do the exact opposite.
Hey, man, look. But one thing I can say is outside of Thursday Night Football, where we saw the Dallas Cowboys lose to the Philadelphia Eagles, and then we saw, and the prediction I got right, where I said the Chargers was going to beat the Chiefs. We got that on Friday in Brazil.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Now this is the first NFL Sunday of the year. So fellas and ladies who love football, go get you something to drink. Go get you something to eat. If you want to put something on the grill, go ahead and do that. But it is football all day today. It might not be commercial-free football on Red Zone, but nonetheless, it's football today. Yeah. Watch it. Enjoy yourselves. Get your Al Bundy on. Put your hand in your pants and get a beer. And have some fun because it is here. And then plus tomorrow, Monday Night Football, Chicago Bears versus the Minnesota Vikings. Monday Night Football. The transition is to wrestling. To transition this, I still stand on it. I need my Chicago Bears. As my headphones just jumped off, so I'm going to switch real quick. I need my Chicago Bears to allow the goddamn WWE to do the following. Allow CM Punk and Seth Rollins to fight. Need that. I need them to fight. We need a fight tomorrow, y'all. ESPN and the WWE announced it a couple of weeks ago.
On the app.
Hey, WWE is coming to the ESPN app, y'all. The first pay-per-view is on September 20th. WrestlePalooza. We might get an intergender tag team match. We might get it. Don't know. We might get it. But I do know that out of all of them, 2 of them are Bears fans. The other 2 might be transplant Bears fans because of their husbands. So ESPN, WWE, if you want to promote not only the WWE, you want to promote ESPN Monday Night Football, WrestlePalooza, and the fact that the WWE is now on ESPN, their PLEs is there. You want to promote that? I need on the Monday Night Football pregame show, I need CM Punk and Seth Rollins to fight. Let them fight.
Now, hey, is this just rumor, or are NFL games now on Peacock now too?
Well, yeah. Well, NFL games is on Peacock because of NBC. So Sunday Night Football, yes. But okay. other than what the norm is, no.
You know, I was asking because I seen a promo about it, and I was like, I don't never remember seeing promo like them actually like over promoting that NFL games are going to be on Peacock, and I say that only because that's still pipeline, right? It's still ESPN to Peacock and vice versa. So it's like if you have this perfect storm, what have you, where NFL season is just starting, new rivalry renewed now, intergender wise, between CM Punk, Seth Rollins, both Bears fans. You could normally catch WWE PLEs on Peacock. You're not going to catch them on ESPN. You always could catch NFL games on Peacock, and now they're obviously always going to be on ESPN. Like, there's really no reason to why this particular product can't be cross-branded or seen. And it's just making the entire perfect storm even more perfect.
Yeah, but the best part about this is now starting on the 20th for WrestlePalooza, all PLEs are on ESPN on the app, all of them. So if this is the case, there is no better way to promote this than letting the 2 people who love the Chicago Bears fight before the game, film it, and promote Monday Night Football and the PLE that's going to be taking place on the 20th. There's no better way. Minnesota, Look, it could happen in the North End Zone, but yeah, let's go. ESPN, WWE, let's get this cracking. We need CM Punk, Seth Rollins to see each other and be like, I'm beating your ass. They fight. We need like everybody who hosts the Monday Night Football pregame show to be like, dang, they really fighting out here. And then we need Laura Ruffledge or the host to be like, hey, WrestlePalooza is going to be happening in Indianapolis, Indiana on September 20th, the first PLE for ESPN and the WWE. Make sure y'all tune in. Like, we don't need CM Punk and Seth Rollins on Raw. Do we? Do we need them on Raw on Monday?
No, I don't think so. No,
we need them on. We need.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, so we don't need Seth Rollins and CM Punk, AJ Lee, or Becky Lynch on Raw on Monday. We need them on Monday Night Football, promoting the fact that WrestlePalooza will be on ESPN's app on September 20th, and either they argue, there's fisticuffs, but that's what needs to happen. Simple as that. So WWE, ESPN, figure it out. And if Joe Tessitore is somewhere in the vicinity, that makes it even better.
Yeah, absolutely.
Via satellite this shit. Matter of fact, via satellite. We ain't had when was the last time we had a via satellite fight?
Oh man, that's been some years now. I want to say.
Via satellite fight.
Yeah. And now listen, I'm with it. It's and I mean, not for nothing, especially on that week, that's going to be the bigger event. The Monday, that's going to be the bigger event over Raw, over anything really.
And for us, because I know I ain't watching Raw tomorrow. Paul, I'm not watching it tomorrow. Huh?
Yeah, man.
Not watching Netflix tomorrow. I'm not watching Netflix tomorrow. I'm watching ESPN. It's a big game. So let's transition to what we do, wrestling. And speaking of what we saw on SmackDown in Chicago at Allstate Arena, the much anticipated return, especially since CM Punk returned to the WWE, of AJ Lee. AJ Lee returned to the WWE after a 10-year absence to help out her husband and attack Becky Lynch. Seth Rollins was in the arena. He came down. He was looking like, yo, should I help my wife? Should I not? Went to the back door. AJ Lee jumped in her man's arms, kiss and hug. Even though we knew this was coming. Yeah. On Raw, when CM Punk said, hey, SmackDown is where? Okay. See you there. Once we saw that, we knew what was coming. Once we saw Becky Lynch put her hands on CM Punk, we knew this was coming. So this was telegraphed, so to speak. However, once you saw it, what was your thoughts on the return of AJ Lee, who looked like she ain't aged a bit?
I was literally about to say either AJ was way younger than I thought she was, or she's a vampire, because she is the greatest aging white person I think ever in life at this point.
Well, she like Puerto Rican. She's Puerto Rican.
Oh, shoot. Sorry. Oh, yeah. Thanks. So now she's of some other ethnicity. Then that makes total sense. But yeah, no, she looked amazing. The only, I mean, okay, so we were prepared for that, right? And of course, her debut in Chicago, even though she's not from Chicago, she's CM Punk's wife. So that's just Chicago pass, unbelievable, right? Your Chicago pass in 10,000 is on 10,000. In that regard, great pop. I think the only real surprise for me is CM Punk saying he had shooters, and I was like, "Oh, you out here talking like you come from OTF? All right, bet." That's crazy. But
that's when you look. I feel him, but that's when you too much of the culture.
Yeah.
Because I only think we paid attention to that part. Because I didn't see. I went on Twitter and I was like, "Did he just say what I'm saying?" And that's how the culture responded to that. I ain't see the other people. I saw the culture, and that's when I was like, "Punk, Phil." It's a little bit too much cultural right there. It's too much.
Yeah. What? Once I got on there and seen somebody was like, "Hey," they was like, "Punk back." Punk back at the crib talking like Dirkio, talking about he got shooters, and I was like, okay, so I heard it right. But the return of AJ, you know what? It is one of those rare moments where you see the setup, you know what's going to happen, and even when you digest the moment, it's still a great moment. And the fact that she didn't say a word, but just all of the entrance, the mannerisms around the ring and sitting up in the ring, it's almost like she gave her own promo in just like Charlie Chaplin form. Like she literally just mimed the whole promo. Like people know what the vibe is, you know what the energy is, and then of course she attacks Becky Lynch. It's a great moment. It's not to overstate it for me, but I definitely do think it's in the top 10 of moments for this year of wrestling, 2025. And there has been some big moments, but for wrestling fans, I don't think some of the big moments have been great moments for wrestling fans. And this is why that one belongs in there. Like, again, obviously, Travis Scott, The Rock, John Cena being together in some manner in this wrestling world, that's a big moment, but that's not a big moment for wrestling fans. So I put AJ coming back to SmackDown in Chicago as a bigger moment than that. And
look,
yeah, amazing.
Go ahead.
Oh no. Oh, I was just gonna say, I was like, yeah, no. And so I think anybody speaking in that realm, I think we've calibrated correctly, because it was great to see AJ back. She looked great. She looked like she hadn't missed a day of wrestling. Matter of fact, she looked like she did right before she retired or left, or however they want to frame that. And it was just great to see. Even though I don't think it helped anything women's wrestling wise, it's still a big moment and a great moment.
So I'm glad that you said that, because there's two things to that. One, Chicago, I'm not saying this because I'm from Chicago, but last Friday proved that Chicago got the greatest wrestling fans in the United States. I won't say the world, because France,
Yeah.
it
France and
the
then Toronto.
clash. It was the second clash in Paris. And if you look, AJ Styles is the king over there. Yeah. I even tweeted out, Finn Balor, like, they need to go ahead and put him back in the world title hunt. If this is what even though, like, it's France. Like, he ain't getting that in Biloxi, Mississippi. But I get it, right?
Yeah.
But even though he should, I'm still a Finn Balor stan. Mm-hmm. Friday proved that Chicago got the best wrestling fans in the United States. Because to me, the two best returns in the last 5 years all come from Chicago. Mm-hmm. And not only do they all come from Chicago, you could put CM Punk's debut and you could put his re-debut in the WWE in that list. Mm-hmm. And how rabid we was. And Paul might have grabbed somebody, or Tony might have grabbed somebody who's from Chicago and had them come back in Chicago, and how they supposed to react. Mm-hmm. Got it. Okay, cool. But AJ Lee is in this list, and she, to me, eclipsed CM Punk. Here's why. I want everybody to go back and listen to the crowd when AJ Lee came out. Mm-hmm. Listen to the women. That's the first time in my history of wrestling where I listened to a crowd and I can tell it was more women who was lit than anybody else. I watched it 4 times over the weekend just to make sure what I'm saying is correct. Correct. And if the WWE piped in some women, I bet. All I'm going to say is when I heard that music go, it was clear to me that it was majority women. And to your point, Kent, I'm glad that you said what you said.
Mhm.
To me, that's dope for women's wrestling, but that is dope for wrestling overall, because that means to me that there were a number of women who bought tickets to SmackDown once they saw what was going on Monday.
Yeah.
And it was majority women who bought those tickets, and they wanted to be in the arena when they saw one of their favorite wrestlers of all time, somebody who they have not seen in 10 years,
Yeah.
wrestle or just come out, period.
Yeah.
That to me was huge. When I listened, an audible from my ear, from that screen to my ear, I heard a lot of women, unless it's a whole bunch of dudes that sound like women. It was a whole bunch of women at the Allstate Arena. And
not in Chicago.
Not in Chicago either. There's a lot
Not
of women
Chicago.
that came out to the Rosemont Horizon to see AJ Lee return to the WWE.
Yeah.
And that's why, to me, I would put that over Punk, because I never thought that I would hear the day where, for a woman debuting, it was so many women in the arena, or at least you can tell it was so many women in the arena that went to see her come back. That to me was amazing.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. And you know what? Shout to CM Punk, but also the CM Punk stands, because to your point, I do believe if you watch Raw, you know SmackDown's going to be in Chicago. You see the interaction, and the whole week, everybody is talking about two things. One, Randy Orton wouldn't let that slide. And then two, like, yo, AJ got to be coming back. So it's like, you know, so you have that buildup. And again, just like we were saying at the top of the segment, you know it's going to happen, but yet you still get that reaction. That is, you know, because even to a degree, they had to keep the CM Punk return a secret, because it's just like, well, we can't let them know that they're right already about this, because will that lessen the moment, so to speak? Like, it's still going to be a big moment, but will it lessen the moment? And then with it not even being a very detailed type of sell to it, because I don't know why, but Rhea Ripley's name got thrown out there. It's like, so y'all trying to throw off this into what we know is gonna happen? Like, that don't, like, we see what's happening here. This is Miz and Maurice versus John and Nikki again, but a way better version in my estimation. So to have that, and to have AJ go through that whole process, come out, not even, like, she didn't even breathe or talk even in the attack. She just smiled. And like, that is the biggest, best wordless promo I think you're gonna get from damn near anybody. So totally understand why you're putting it above any other return or appearance or return. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
And even look at her mannerisms. She was still crazy. Like, the AJ Lee that left is the same AJ Lee that came back. She was crazy. She was off. She was the girl that made it popular for the crazy girls. So that was cool. Now, reportedly, according to the dirt sheets, AJ Lee has signed a multi-year contract with the WWE, and it's full-time. So she ain't going nowhere anytime soon.
Okay.
Her and CM Punk ain't got no kids. All they got is a dog. And apparently that was a photo of the dog in gorilla position. So that's the only person that's coming with him. So I fully expect her to be full-time. That being said, though, knowing that, what should we expect? Like, we tend to see this happen, and all of a sudden we want to put people in title pictures and all of that stuff. She did prance around with the Intercontinental Championship. So there's that. What would you like to see in this run of AJ Lee?
To tell you the truth, I don't really know. The other thing that I noticed last night, but on SmackDown is that, there was no oversell by Michael Cole. And when I say there's no oversell, AJ Lee didn't come back as, oh my God, it's WWE legend AJ Lee. It's, Diva original. It like, he was just like, at the end, he was like, oh, she made crazy cool. And that's great. But for me, AJ left when she was turned the corner. And then we got that lapse in time of 10 years till we didn't really see how great she truly was going to be. And now she's back hitting the restart button. So for me, I would like to see her get back to where that corner was turning. And it looks like just from that small glimpse of in-ring that we got on SmackDown that she will get back to that. But if the rumors are true and she's going to be back and going to be back full-time capacity, then I don't want to make any plans for her other than, show some of these young women how to do this, because she was at that level and then she left, and then we got Nikki and Brie Bella, and that's no disrespect because I side with Wade Barrett because it's the truth. Like, that's what we got. You know what I'm saying? Like, AJ bounced, so then we got Nikki. And we see how that's worked on the comeback as well.
Yeah, so for me, it's a catch-22 here.
Mm-hmm.
What I love about this is that the WWE is really investing in their women from an age standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're not seeing people get thrown away because they 38.
Yeah.
You got Becky, you got AJ now, you got Charlotte, you got a number of people that's in that, Bianca Belair is in her mid-30s.
Yeah, yeah.
So you got a lot of people within that mid to late going into their 40s, to where it feels like for the men, once you hit 40, once you hit 40, you ain't old, you just getting started.
Yeah.
Now,
yep.
I want y'all to know
policy.
something. Yeah, shouts out to the wellness policy, because here's what I want to let y'all know. Bob Backlund, when he won that title again, Bob Backlund was in his 40s.
Yes, sir.
And folks was like, yo, he old.
Yeah.
And he old.
The Bob Backlund's damn my age.
Right.
Literally.
I'm Bob Backlund. When I was young, I was like, Bob Backlund old as hell. Now I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. We still got it. Right. What are we doing here? Let's reel it back. Mm-hmm. But now you see some of the women who are in that age area and they still out here getting it.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see who they pair her with. Mm-hmm. You got her, in a sense, her wrestling daughter, Roxanne Lee, who has really been coming up lately, especially with this run with the Judgment Day. You got Tiffany Stratton. You got a number of women in NXT. You got Charlotte Flair, right? You got Bianca Belair. You have Rhea Ripley. Like, can we see AJ Lee versus Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania, and do we get geeked for that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or does all roads lead to Seth and CM Punk at WrestleMania in Vegas, but also AJ Lee and Becky Lynch one-on-one for the Intercontinental Championship? Like, it's a number of ways that this could go. But the one thing that I do know, AJ Lee can wrestle her ass off.
Yeah.
She could wrestle her ass off. And Donnie said it, her run was kind of short.
Yeah, no, it really was.
Her run was real short when you look at it. So I think that in now here, we can get a longer run and really see what this is about. However, because that run was short, I think it's a legitimate question to ask. How much of an AJ Lee fan were you when she came into the WWE? Like, she came I think it wasn't the Divas Search, it was NXT when they was doing the NXT game within like USA Network or whatever, and then she's on the main roster and she's having a run. She was like GM of Raw at one point. She had the crazy run with Daniel Bryan and Daniel Bryan. She kissed Daniel Bryan, and then Sheamus knocked his ass out, win the title. She had the whole thing with Kane, CM Punk. So a lot of crazy has been going on. So during her first run with the WWE, how much of a fan were you of AJ Lee?
I'll stick to my original statement. I didn't have a chance to be a real fan of AJ Lee because all of that happened, but to timeline it correctly for wrestler AJ Lee, like what we're gonna get like now, there was CM Punk pipe bomb, and then it was all of hers about the women's division being trash and everybody was garbage but her, right? But that was 2013 to 2015 though. So, and again, she was turning the corner then. She was hitting her stride then. So for me, I didn't have a chance to become a real fan because I got more of the, this little thing is a little loose. And Daniel Bryan, I was like, and Daniel Bryan wild for treating her like that. Like that's mostly what you get, because it was like, this is interesting that they got her in this character mode. But I don't want to say I was the biggest fan because I honestly was not. But I will say, as she was turning the corner, I'm thinking that she's gonna hit this incredible stride. And I ain't gonna lie, I kind of blame CM Punk for her not wrestling in WWE. But then when she didn't end up anywhere, I was like, oh, maybe she don't want to do this. And she was putting her mouth on everybody. I was like, oh yeah, she wilding. Like she out here every weekend putting her mouth on everybody. It's crazy. So Donnie's 1,000% accurate on that. But I'm looking forward to becoming a fan because I think even with all the pomp and circumstance and everything, I love that nobody's happier that AJ's back more than Naomi. And I want to see that. I want to see Naomi versus AJ Lee. I get all the big names. I get everybody that's ran the division, but I want to see that. And the fact that before it even definitely actually happened, Naomi was like, nah, we need to run that. AJ and Naomi is got to happen. And that, I'm waiting for that, and then we'll talk.
So, yeah. First of all, with the Naomi thing, I loved seeing Naomi react and basically saying Big Jim messed things up. If I would have known she was coming, he wouldn't have hit that egg, basically, because they, in a sense, they kind of came up together. Hey, I wasn't necessarily a fan when she was doing the thing with Caitlyn.
Yeah.
That Chick Busters thing. I think that a lot of her wrestling was underrated due to the Daniel Bryan thing. And then the Kane thing and all of those stuff like that, right? I think that once she really started getting in her bag, which was kind of, I would say, like 2013, I would say. If I'm getting things correctly, I think that was when she started getting a wrestling bag. Because also remember, it was the whole thing with her and Dolph Ziggler and Big E.
Yep, absolutely.
You add that in there too. So because of that, it's like, come here. It's like, I don't think I think I'm with you. I don't think we've really got a chance to see AJ Lee in the way that we probably should have. I think now it gives us that real opportunity to see her on screen, wrestle, develop, et cetera, et cetera.
I will say this really quickly. I think for anybody that's maybe scrutinized, or maybe whether you scrutinize the WWE or the talent themselves, I do believe that this return is going to live up to the hype. I absolutely believe that. I do believe that no matter what your expectation is, whether you're overselling it or underselling it right now, I think you're going to be impressed. I will say that. And I don't think, and this is not just against women's wrestlers. This is against just wrestlers in general. A lot of people come back, they get the big pop, they get the moment, and they don't really do nothing to ascend above that moment. Like, it's still, hey, when they came back, that was the A1 moment. I think that this is the beginning for AJ Lee as she gets into the new, this new era of wrestling.
And I'll say it again. She could wrestle her ass off. Mm-hmm. So I would love to see her in this new group. I would love to see her against Roxanne Perez. I would love to see her against Rhea Ripley, Raquel Rodriguez. I would like to see her against Bianca Belair, Tiffany Stratton, Charlotte Flair. Because the one thing that I could say is that you have that, her and Paige, to me, are in two similar situations to where it's like we lost AJ and got Paige. Mm-hmm. That's what it feels like to me. Mm-hmm. But the two anti-divas, so to speak, right? The two anti-divas, mm-hmm. I don't really feel like we got to really see them in the light that we now see shined with Charlotte, Bayley, mm-hmm. Mercedes Moné, Becky Lynch, Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, Tiffany Stratton, and all of these others. Mm-hmm. But now when you look at the list of women that she can wrestle with on a daily basis, again, even going to seeing some of the people that we see in NXT, going to the Io Skys and the Oscars and the Kairi Sanes mm-hmm. and stuff too, I'm like, hey, if there was ever a time for us to really get a glimpse of who AJ Lee is, mm-hmm. it's now. And it's probably better that is now than it was when she left. Yeah. Because the crop of women that's here now are way better than what she had to wrestle 10 years ago when she left.
Yeah. Which is why I'm curious about what her promos would be. Because, again, her last 2 years, she should have the whole division and beat them. And rightfully so. Right? But now you do have just a greater crop of talent just front to back. You've got people that have ascended since she's been going. Again, I'm trying to think of who it is. I would love right now, just on paper, see if it's real chemistry there. But I would love for AJ and Liv Morgan to be in an Eddie Guerrero, Rey Mysterio type of situation, to where, they battle each other out, but then all of a sudden they end up teaming up, because you got to have the battle of the crazy girls over some dude, but then they could be also a formidable tag team or just like a union of some sorts, looking at just storyline as well as wrestling. So, there's a lot of opportunity for her to do some really cool things. Hey, and maybe that was the break. It was like, until these other girls can actually really get on my level, I don't have to come back. and that's a hell of a flex, if you could say that.
And the fact is, she's only 38.
Yeah,
she's only 38.
Wow. So, yeah, see? Wow. I would have. I mean, I didn't know how old she is, but 38. She's got a nice 5-year run of just whatever.
Right. So, I wasn't the biggest. I wouldn't say I was the biggest AJ Lee fan, mm-hmm. but it was only because, man, you got her basically going from wrestler to wrestler to wrestler. Mm-hmm. They had her as that little crazy girl that was looking for love in all the wrong places. Mm-hmm. She ain't got to do that. Like, she ain't got to do that no more. So I think I'll be more of a fan of this version of AJ Lee than it was the others, because we know she ain't got to look for love because her husband and her dog are going to be right with her. So now, yeah, she can be like, look, y'all ain't on my level. Y'all not even at the level under me. You know what I'm saying? So prove it to me.
Yeah.
Now, I will say, please don't hotbox this and have her win the Royal Rumble and all of that. Like, we ain't got to do all that and stuff. Even though I think she's at a starting point in September where it's like, all right, you know what I'm saying? If y'all want to do it, I want to see her go up against some people before I put her in that moment. I would rather see a culmination of a feud between her and Becky before I see her like go up against a Rhea Ripley or whatever. But I do eventually want to see her up against. Look, I want to see Rhea Ripley wrestle everybody.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, just put Rhea Ripley in the Def Jam New York type of thing and have her wrestle everybody and stuff to the end. I'm cool with all of that anyway. But I will say, I can't wait to see those two lock up. I think that'd be dope. So there we go. Real quick, Bobby says, let me throw up what Bobby says real quick. Can she pull a Cena type from years ago? I'm back because y'all didn't do y'all jobs. Why are women main eventing more, et cetera, et cetera? That kind of goes to what you was talking about.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think it's possible. But I think there's so much to learn about character, and I think somebody said in the thread here earlier, there's so much to learn about character from AJ Lee as well, and you know, even though the crop of women is just greater, and there technically have been 4 women to main event not only WrestleMania but just other PLEs. I don't think she has to use that. But I got some guaranteed hopes. I guarantee hopes that she takes a shot at Nikki Bella based on what's been circulating. I guarantee hope she attacks Drew McIntyre randomly because, I was at the crib. I saw what you did. I saw what you did to the bracelet. So she's talking about my dog. I'm on your ass. Like, I want it. There's so many things ironically based on her first run and all the development phases that she's been through. There is so many more things that she can actually do in this space. That I think it's just unreal. Hey, she could be the one to get the New Day back together. You just never know. Like, look, CM Punk has a relationship with Kofi. She has a relationship with Big E. Xavier Woods just had to fall in line. Like, there's so many things that I think of that could be done as far as AJ Lee. We could be on a groundbreaking run. We could be. I'm not here to oversell it or undersell it. I'm not trying to write everything out for the next 5 years for her. But this is the first time that a return has made me think, oh, wow, they had their hands in a lot of different things. This could go a few different ways. And CM Punk tells so many stories as well. She could play off her husband without even having to really play off of him like in the same segment or the same show even. So it's an exciting time, man. This new wrestler debut for you younger audiences and this re-debut for us, this could be very special, man. This could be very special. And I'll just leave it at that.
All right, so moving on, let's go into we haven't really talked since Clash in Paris. Don't think that we have to talk about all of them, even though I think Clash in Paris was pretty decent, was hella decent. You saw AJ Styles and AJ Styles get what at AJ Styles, Dominic Mysterio. We've both said that Dominic Mysterio doesn't necessarily need to lose the championship, right? Anytime soon. But when you hear a crowd like Paris, does it make you think, well, he can get it back on Monday? Or he can get it back next Monday? Like, does it make you think maybe we could just do it here and then Dominic get it back?
I mean, under the confines of the 90s and the Attitude Era, yeah. But we live in a different time, and now France is not to be perceived as this galaxy far, far away that don't really count, it's another day at the office. See, Bang and I grew up in the 80s. We watched wrestling through the late 80s, through the 90s, 2000s. There was a time that we would have to get the recap to see how of a big superstar the British Bulldog was.
It's stills too. It'd be stills. It wouldn't even be motion video. It'd be
yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh my God, the crowd went crazy, and they have no footage. It's just like Getty Images. That's it.
right.
So we sit there like, oh man, okay, wow. Okay, so when he leave the country, he, you know what I'm saying? I forgot. I thought he was from like New England, like Massachusetts. I didn't know. You know what I mean? So, but now, and you know, and it was always like, you know, the European explosion and all of that. And like, even when they did those events, if something happened, it was like MTV News. It was like, oh, like, you know, Kurt Loder about to interrupt and say, oh, shoot, Diesel won the title, or, you know, even though that was Madison Square Garden, my bad. But but they'll have something going on and be like, oh yeah, it happened over there across the pond. Now though, they were in France and then they were in Chicago. So to me, that's saying, okay, I'm not even supposed to look at this like it was like an international run. This is just another episode. So under that, I say no. And then it also doesn't help that AJ Styles booking is now the wrestler, but in much better condition.
We're going to talk about that a little bit later. Hey, hold that thought right there. Man, this is one of the rare times I'm going to disagree with you. I probably would have made the call inside of the ring like, hey, tell Dominic we're gonna have him drop the belt. But and then we get backstage to talk about it. We'll talk about it in Gorilla. This is probably the one time. Because they chanted for that man for about 25 minutes. Like, they went on commercial break and all that stuff. That's probably the rare time that I would have been like, give friends something. And it's only because when he lost, it felt like the air went out. Yeah. When he lost, it was just like,
No, that's true. That is true. You do got me on that.
When he lost, which I was expecting him to lose, I was like, damn, the crowd really hurt.
Yeah.
Shit.
It was like they were watching the World Cup and the last goal was just scored on them. And I was like,
and Rush, I'm glad that you said what you just said. I also can't sit here and say he should have not won when on our last episode, it was named Copa Eddie Guerrero. Why? Because I say, and I still say, that AAA now needs a cup dedicated to Eddie Guerrero. There needs to be a tournament with NXT, TNA, WWE, AAA wrestlers vying for this, and the winner will not only get the cup, the Eddie Guerrero trophy. That's how the trophy be in. You know, Eddie Guerrero when he was doing the shimmies. But they will also wrestle at WrestleMania for the chance to, to go up against somebody for the cup, right? I mean, for the championship, the AAA Mega Championship. Next week, I believe it is. But either way it goes, the next AAA PLE is going to be Vikingo versus Dominic Mysterio for the AAA Championship. Now, rumors suggest that AJ Styles will be a part of that match in some type of capacity, might cost him the belt too. I am going to go under the belief that Dominic Mysterio is going to be 2 belt. That's my guarantee. Now that he won and he's keeping the belt, Dominic Mysterio is going to be 2 belt Dominic. And he's going to have the AAA Mega Championship and he's going to have the Intercontinental Championship. Which makes the stakes against a match for AJ Styles a bit bigger, which I think probably at Survivor Series, we're going to get a match where they're going to have a 2 out of 3 falls match to where the first belt that will be on the line will be the Intercontinental Championship, and then the second belt that will be on the line is the AAA Mega Championship, and that's how you get the belt off of Dominic Mysterio on the Intercontinental Championship. That's how you get it off of him.
I like it. Hey, listen, Dom ain't missed with the crowd or with any scenario they put him in. So none of this is bad. He's one of the few people, even though the marketing may not be reflecting it, but Dom has not missed all year.
No,
Dom has not missed all year. So I'm with it. Whatever. Do whatever. It looks like he got it.
Yeah, he's not missed all year. But there's that. But then it's also the Fatal 4-Way. Seth Rollins wins the Fatal 4-Way, defeating Logan Paul, Jey Uso, CM Punk. This is how we get to the AJ Lee thing. How do you feel about Seth Rollins continuing to win or go over on CM Punk in this way?
Well, me, I think it's hilarious because it's one of those things where it's such a Vince McMahon thing. That's why it's such a Vince McMahon thing. It's like, hey, you know what? We're just gonna keep putting you over because he left, and and that's just how it should be. It's like man. Who am I thinking of right now? So like, again, back in the era, all the OG WWF guys were absolutely going to go over on all the WCW guys. That's just how it is here. It's like, hey, look, you can be great. You can be as great as you want, but you're going to drop this Bret Hart. You're going to drop the Shawn Michaels. You're going to drop the Undertaker. That's just the way we do it here. Sorry. Like, hey, Book, we love you, but didn't create you. Triple H going over. Sorry.
Shit, you dropping the Duke the Dumpster Drosy. Like,
hey. Yeah, facts. You know what I'm saying?
You can't beat the low mid card dude. What are we talking about here?
Yeah. But I will say it is at this point where I do not know where this is going, because I think if we're doing the series, like it's like 1-5 at this point. So now, granted, I do expect Team Punk or AJ and CM, AJCM. I expect them to go over on Becky and Seth if they're doing the mixed tag or the intergender tag team match. So that makes it 2-5. But if Punk wins all the specialty matches and Seth wins the majority of the real matches, then we can move on from this. The thing about Peter Griffin and the Chicken is that it's never really over, but the Chicken do kind of be whooping Peter's ass though.
The Chicken do be whooping Peter's ass.
So,
okay. I saw something on social media that blew me. And I wish I had the tweet where it was somebody that was really complaining. Hold on.
Mm-hmm. But man, I just realized that it's like 1-5. Like he beat him that first year, and he has not beat CM Punk yet. I mean, CM Punk has not beat Seth Rollins since then. But I do like that he do keep taking the title from him though. That is the funny shit. That is funny. They can keep doing that.
So somebody was complaining because they were saying that Triple H is doing things to move the storyline and not a clean match. And I was like, well, what the fuck you think you watching?
Yeah.
It's wrestling. It is a TV show.
Right.
It's a television show. This is not a sporting event where you're gonna always get a clear winner and a clear loser. The point is to continue to tease you until we get to the climax.
Right.
If you had sex, you would know what we're talking about. So, so I don't mind this.
Yeah.
It's just you don't have to do it with the type of chicanery that you're doing. Like, hey, Division is banned from ringside. We know Becky Lynch is his wife and she there. We know that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm not shocked at that. Who else was going to help? What else are you going to do? Baby, put the hoodie on. Like,
yeah.
Hey,
but you know what? I will say this on that real quick though. I did pop for that moment because I was like, yo, they've never done this. They've never done this.
Yeah, I popped for it. I was like, oh shit. But then I was like, oh. But then what happened the next day? Okay, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Because this is where we're going. So for anybody that's complaining about leading, like continuing storylines, well, that's the whole thing about wrestling.
Yeah.
Like it's not just about wins and losses, it's about how you continue the storyline. Because when I saw that tweet from this person that was saying that Triple H is only doing things to further storylines, and this is why we can't get clean wins, I was like, well, you must like the old days of watching Superstars or Raw when jobbers will get the match versus the top guys, and it'll be a 5-minute match, and the jobber will get 2 punches in, and the crowd would be like, oh shit, the jobber got a chance. And then next thing you know, they get kicked in the stomach, and then they get the setup and the finisher in 1, 2, 3. No, yeah. I'm straight. Like, no. I want to continue the storyline. I just like for it to be continued in different ways. And this was, I guess, was kind of different one. Or let the storyline play out and make it make sense. And in this case right here, not only does it make sense, if they don't put this shit on WrestlePalooza, I'm going to be real disappointed. Because I want CM Punk and AJ Lee to wrestle Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch there. And also, to Russ's point, this just feels like big win at WrestleMania to me. This feels like CM Punk, you're going to get your moment. You're going to get your WrestleMania moment. You're going to get your WrestleMania main event. And I'm going to say what I said a couple of weeks ago. And I will state it even more emphatically right now. I don't care about Cody Rhodes' championship.
Yeah, you know what? I forgot he was the champ. With the last 2 weeks, I've literally forgot about that. Even when they showed the little kid dressed up as Cody in Chicago, I was just like, wow, oh yeah, that's right, Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, I said a couple of weeks ago. Matter of fact, I said when Seth Rollins won that belt, when he won it the way that he won it, with the Money in the Bank, y'all know, if you listen to this show, I called that belt the Super Intercontinental Championship. I did that since its existence. It is the Super Intercontinental Championship. The minute that Seth won it and the way that he won it at SummerSlam, I said, nope, this is now the top championship. It's the top championship in the WWE. And yeah, Cody's filming Street Fighter. He's Guile. How you say it? Is it Guile or Gully? How do you pronounce that nigga on Street Fighter?
I used to say Guile.
I say Guile too, so I just want to make sure. Yeah. It's Guile. You know, while he's Guile over there, even before he went as Guile, the minute Seth Rollins defeated CM Punk the way that he did at SummerSlam, to me, it was the top title. And until we get Cody versus a credible opponent for this, and I ain't even talking about Drew McIntyre, credible opponent or a storyline that is engaging.
Yeah.
Seth Rollins, CM Punk got it. They got it.
For
Top
sure.
championship. Boom, boom, boom. With that being said, there's only so much teasing you can do to April.
Yeah.
So at some point, they're going to have to separate the two.
Yeah.
I don't want to see CM Punk, Seth Rollins every month and every Monday now. At some point, they're going to have to separate them if we're going to get Seth Rollins, CM Punk at WrestleMania and make it make sense. At some point, we're going to be like,
Well, I tell you what, because I agree with you. This is where the pressure comes in the rest of the roster, because now the onus is on everybody else to get hot, to have a storyline to keep us just as engaged for at least that week or two, where they just can't be on the show or they get booked just differently or somewhere else. And of course, I mean, honestly, we got to be sensitive with this because the hardest thing, ironically, for both of these wrestlers is definitely getting them to April injury-free and ready to go. So some other storyline has to take precedence, and it can be male or female at this point. But I am with you because we're in September. September just started. And yeah, they already have in their mind how the Royal Rumble to WrestleMania is going to go. But right now, the only thing bigger, as big or bigger than the moment that is everything CM Punk and Seth Rollins is John Cena leaving. And something in this fourth quarter that's coming up needs to supersede both of those to buy them some more time to get to where they got to go.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. You got to make sure they get healthy. Now, to transition, speaking of healthy, Roman Reigns defeated Bronson Reed, but they whooped his ass and sent him to the hospital, a.k.a. sent him to go play Akuma in the new Street Fighter film. Mm-hmm. So we're not going to see him. But then we see the Uso situation come into play because the next night on Raw, you saw a more serious Jey Uso. You saw Jey Uso that was like, all right, now y'all doing too much with the family now. Y'all playing too much. Now I got to whoop everybody's ass. Then he gets his ass whooped. And then Jimmy comes to help him. Mm-hmm. So it looks like we're going to get a Uso type situation to where I wonder how Survivor Series is going to go. Is it going to go more CM Punk? Are we going to see CM Punk, Roman Reigns, and the Usos versus Division? Are we going to see, like, what can we see, what we do? But the Usos seem to be back for a little bit of a round to go up against the Bronze in the Division. Mm-hmm. Do you like this for Jimmy or do you like this for Jey better?
Honestly, equally. This is the best thing that happened to both of them. And that's not to say that Jey Uso's still not over. It's not saying that he can't do it, right? But at the same time, though, Jey was shining in a different way unexpectedly in that whole Usos bloodline thing. That whole thing. And now, again, his light is getting dimmer. I know the kids don't care. I get it. I know when the music hit, everybody want to try to get in the camera shot, get their 50 Uso on, and all of that. I get that. But the in-ring product is suffering. It's suffering. It's suffering from the promo angle, which Jimmy is way better at. And it's starting to not look great on the wrestling end, and maybe that's just schedule. But I'm looking forward to the Usos reuniting and returning as a tag team. They can have a new look. They could literally be like, hey, this is main event Jey and Big Jim. Hey, listen, I'm here for it. Bring both of them together because they're still twin brothers. They're still a tag team. They can be their personas, but I think now, even more so, their their personas help each other out, because we went from not being able to tell them apart to definitely telling them apart because of injury, to the bloodline separation as they were both building and ascending on Jimmy's comeback, and now they're basically who they are. They're now they're the twins that are their own men. So let's come back together for the fam, represent the Samoan dynasty the right way with Jacob Fatu in tow. And I think this I think this just works better for both of them for where wrestling is going, because last thing I'll say, there isn't enough main event spots for main event Jey Uso.
Yeah, and that's why I think if some type of a draft is initiated, that'll work great. But I like this for Jimmy and Jey. But I like this for Jey more than I do for Jimmy. Because I think there's potential here for him to actually finally get a bit serious and more calculated. Is also more of a reason for him to jump on his brother. I mean, I know we're not going to get a heel turn from Jey Uso anytime soon with what we're getting from him from a merch standpoint, more than likely. But remember, Roman Reigns' face turn didn't necessarily go the best.
Yeah.
And they had to make some adjustments. And when they made the adjustments, thing works out the best from a face and a heel turn perspective.
Yeah.
I like this because I think it sets up some opportunity. If Jey gets the help that he sorely needs but don't get no wins, he could blame it on his brother. But I also would like to see the Usos back, and I think if you're going to see them back with each other, there's no better tag team to go up against that's scarier than the Bronze right now.
Yeah,
it's like when the Hart Foundation got back together for that little bit. When they got back together, you saw them against Demolition. You saw them against some of the other upper echelon tag teams.
Yeah.
So I think that was helpful there.
For sure. And I think they can't lose. Listen, face Samoans are a relatively new thing. And the one thing that I know about wrestling is that Samoan wrestlers have gotten over two ways: being savages or being heels. And that's okay with me. I think the only really true face Samoan wrestler to get over is Jimmy Superfly Snuka. And he was a heel in real life. So, what do you want me to do?
With that being said, last definitely not least, John Cena, Logan Paul. John Cena gets the win in this. I hate to continue saying what I'm saying here. But hey, man, at some point, they're going to have to give Logan Paul the ball and let him run.
True.
At some point, they're going to have to give them the title and rock with it. And I'm not saying this is what I want. Let me first say this. I'm not saying this is what I want, y'all. But I will say this. Logan Paul is probably number one on the list to dethrone Cody Rhodes and become a world champion. He's probably at the top of the list for me right now. Above Drew McIntyre, above Randall Keefe, above a number of wrestlers right now. Gunther, Jey Uso, like he is the top of the list of people where if you were to say who will take the belt from Cody, it's Logan Paul for me right now. Is at that point. You've given him the mantle officially against every top talent.
Yeah.
Every. Who's the top talent have you not put Logan Paul against? He ain't looked amazing.
Yeah, right. He has not shrunk for one moment. I love what Bobby just said here. He says, you see why Logan Paul is here and Karrion Kross is not. Purely in-ring perspective. And this is the other side, right? Because we watch Clash in Paris, Logan Paul versus John Cena. Dare I say, better than advertised, right?
Way better.
You know, and the gift and the curse of being the guy that lived and died for this and wanted to do it your whole life and blah, 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 is the fact that a lot of those guys would get those moments that Bang is talking about where, hey, they put me up against all the top talent and I lost. Most people will be like, oh, they're trying to bury me. They're trying to kill my career. I'm so much better than him. I should have went over this night. Now, this could just be Logan Paul just knowing and understanding the business, because never have I ever, at least in this era, seen a guy sell himself so greatly knowing he didn't took L's all year. He was like, yo, hey, look, 23 years versus 23 matches. Logan Paul had me kind of convinced that maybe the 23 matches was the better option, because he was like, yo, but it was Roman Reigns, it was Cody Rhodes, it was Seth Rollins. I was like, wait a minute, because he right. I was like, yeah, I don't remember him winning none of the matches, but he was basically out there saying like, hey, look, I created 23 moments. So for a Karrion Kross or anybody else in the back that's all the anonymous boys in the back, hey, go create 23 moments and maybe you'll be in that situation. You dig? So that is so man, when we're talking Logan Paul, Cody Rhodes, WWE Championship, yeah, that sounds sexy as hell. To close out the year, to start at the Royal Rumble, if they're doing the New Year's Eve joint, like whatever it is, I'm officially here for it, because Logan Paul is hey, look, man, he's amazing, man. Anything else, anything recognizing other than that is hate. That guy's amazing.
Look, give him Cody Rhodes, give him the belt. I ain't saying do it in 2025, but in 2026, at this point right now, he's the only person that's also above Sami Zayn. Like, I feel bad for Sami Zayn. I feel bad for Sami Zayn, even though I feel like in 2026 he's going to get something.
Mm-hmm.
I feel bad for Sami Zayn from the standpoint of there's always somebody in front of him.
Yeah.
There's always somebody in front of him. And I think right now Logan Paul is in front of him too.
Yeah.
And it's still funny to me that they went from I want to be a world champion to I know I want to be a world champion, but shit, I ain't never had the U.S. championship, so let me go ahead and get that. Like, yeah,
Here's a question for you. I'm sorry. Here's a question for you on Sami Zayn. So we're gonna stay on Sami Zayn. What do you personally think it would take to have nobody in front of Sami Zayn? Like, do we live in a world? Is there a scenario possible where Sami Zayn is 1 through 3 on your options for night 1 or night 2 of WrestleMania?
Oh yeah,
and going over on the world champ specifically.
Yes, they need to get away from this. You can do it as storylines that they be putting them in. Mm-hmm. To me, the best way to do it, unless Cody Rhodes is a heel, unless Cody comes back as a heel, which I don't think that's going to happen. Mm-hmm. The only way to do it is to have Sami Zayn really go on a nutso spree. I'm crazy. I'm tired. of people. The only way Sami Zayn is champion or gets the championship, the only way Sami Zayn gets to be a champion to me is that if he goes crazy. Yeah, if he goes crazy and says, fuck everybody, I am he has to go on heart. Enough is enough, time for a change type shit. Because for me, and Brando just said he's the living embodiment of a Rocky IV montage. To me, that only works for Rocky.
Yeah.
To me, that only works for him. Because Rocky was a champion and his wife said this was too much.
Yeah.
But the key to Rocky IV, I'm going to say that, look, I'm glad we pivoted here. Because I watched Rocky, the first 5.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's always a great Saturday.
About 2 months ago.
Yeah.
I watched 1 through 5.
Yeah. Amazing.
Rocky 1 was about Rocky. Rocky 2, to me, was about Apollo.
For sure.
Rocky 3 was about Mick.
Okay.
Rocky 4 was about Adrian.
Okay.
To me, that was about Adrian.
Okay.
It was about the fact that Rocky was going through something. His man's just died. And his wife told him he can't win.
Yeah, you gotta hang it up, G. Like I've been rolling, and I'm rolling. I'm rolling hard.
Yeah,
but now though,
now I can't win. So Rocky went to Russia to train. I got to get away from all of this shit, including my wife, who just told me I can't beat that man because she just saw this man kill my homie. Not my best friend. Because make no mistake about it, Rocky and Apollo was not best friends.
No.
They were acquaintances. And matter of fact, if y'all want to go even further, who won the fight? Who won the fight? The third fight. Rocky told you. Apollo did.
Yeah. And that's why I didn't throw that towel. That's why he didn't throw the towel, because he lost.
And that's why Apollo was like, I can fight this Drago dude. I just beat the world champ.
It makes sense.
I just beat the world champ. It took Rocky's wife, who never said he couldn't beat Apollo, both times, who never said that he couldn't beat Clubber. In fact, Clubber dissed Adrian, basically was like, once I beat your husband, I'll show you some real. And Rocky got his ass beat. It took Rocky to see his trainer die. It took that to happen for Rocky to be like, I the tiger. I the tiger. If Adrian never comes to Russia and say, go win, Rocky's dead. This is why I don't want to see Sami Zayn and that compared. Who's Adrian in this situation for him?
Kevin Owens.
The same Kevin Owens who constantly whoop his friend's ass and tell him he can't win is now going to say, yo, go get him. My neck broke, go get him. No, because if that was the case, Sami Zayn would have got the title shot at WrestleMania this year. So I am tired of the whole, man, hey, define the odds, Sami Zayn. No, Sami Zayn is a title away from being a Grand Slam champion at this point. You know what Sami Zayn needs to do? I whoop everybody ass in this bitch. And here's how I'm going to show you. That's it. He need to just say, fuck everybody, start haluva kicking everybody in this bitch, and make us scared of him. Make us scared.
Man, listen. I'm going to say something. And Brendan's going crazy. I've been laughing at him for 3 minutes because he's absolutely right. This is why I love the Rocky series too, by the way. Because Adrian was wilding. She didn't say nothing when that dark meat option got thrown on the table. Rocky had to step in there. But you know what I really think it'd take for Sami Zayn to really get to the next level, and this is going to be the smallest and seemingly most insignificant tweak. But yeah, right. Hey, Bobby, yeah, you're right.
Oh, you
right. What you talking about? Me? What? Like, nah. Sami Zayn needs to start winning or hurting people with the Blue Thunder Bomb. I've been saying that for low key. Like, think about how dangerous Sami Zayn is if his finishing move for 3 months is the Blue Thunder Bomb on the steps. Just think about it. Just think about it.
It's like Bret Hart doing the figure 4 on the pole.
Yes. The Blue Thunder Bomb on the steps is the game changer to me. I also think he should flip his moves. I think the haluva kick should be the signature. And then as they're falling, they fall into the Blue Thunder Bomb, bang, and then the match is over.
Oh, Brando, they ain't gonna let that brain buster go in the WWE. No, they ain't gonna let that go. They ain't gonna let that go. That would be it, but they ain't gonna let that ride. Like, hey, too much can happen. We old now.
Yeah, right. but I'm with you though, because that's the thing. Like Sami Zayn obviously has everything that would have gotten anybody else a world championship, probably in any other era or organization. So I can't really speak to like he has to just do so much and be different. I do believe you, and I am with you on the redemption story part, and the, they keep treating him like Rudy every single, but he always lose the national title game. He always loses. Yeah, so for me, I'm looking at it like, yo, hey, you know what? Blue Thunder Bomb on the steps, I'll start winning by a count out. Fuck y'all. Or I'm gonna kick your face in the corner. I'm gonna fall into the Blue Thunder Bomb, and now the match is over. And I think just that tweak, that small but insignificant tweak, that and being like, yo, I don't care about being your dog. I don't want to be your friend. Matter of fact, fuck all of y'all. Everybody got a title around me but me. I'm better than you, Jay. I've been better than y'all. I've been better than him. And I don't know how all of y'all got to a title match and won it, and I didn't. Like, and that's dead now. We off that.
Thank you. That's the tweak. That's the tweak. I'm better than y'all. And I'm tired of supporting y'all. But when I get my ass kicked, I don't see none of y'all. Fuck this. Boom. Kick Jay in the mouth. Boom. Kick Jimmy in the mouth. Boom. Kick AJ Styles in the mouth. Boom. Kick Finn Balor in the mouth. Boom. Kick Dominic Mysterio in the mouth. Boom.
Yeah.
Kick CM Punk in the mouth. Boom. Just start whooping everybody ass and have Michael Cole start calling you a bitch and how you ain't shit and how we supported you, but now you going off the deep end because you can't. Because what he needs to become is Edge ass when he was mad at Shawn Michaels at Taboo Tuesday. When he was obsessed. When are we going to get obsessed, Sami Zayn?
Yeah.
That's what we need. We need obsessed Sami Zayn. He's not going to win a championship when he's Lucas.
Yeah.
When he's Rudy.
Yeah.
When he's Michael J. Fox without the damn beard and the Wolfman nails in the Wolfman skills. He's not Teen Wolf.
No.
We need Sami Zayn to be obsessed. We need him to be crazy. We need him to be angry. We need him to be
Yeah.
That's what we need. And if we ain't gonna get that, I don't care for this dramatic ass moment where Sami Zayn becomes world champion. No, I want him to get the championship after being crazy and being like, finally got it. I don't need a. No.
Yeah.
I want him to be angry and obsessed. And if he ain't gonna be that, fuck him. And you're talking to a P1.
No, for sure. No, for sure. Hey, listen. Because I liked everything you said, the first person I got on this list to take out, ironically and situationally, is AJ Styles.
Take him out.
That should be the one. It's like, hey, look, you think you out the door anyway, but you know what? Hey, you was the champ for a year though, right? Yeah, I don't remember us. Yeah, I'm on your ass. Yeah. No, absolutely. I'd start right there. Yeah.
Huluva kicks for everybody.
And to the Blue Thunder Bomb on the steps.
That's it.
That's what I want to see. The Blue Thunder Bomb on the steps.
And if we want to give him a manager, give him a manager too. Have that person throw him so he could do the damn Blue Thunder Bomb on the steps. And then have the crowd go pan to the little white girl in the crowd like.
Yeah.
And have Michael Cole go
he may
quiet.
Be concussed.
Like, have Michael Cole go crazy. Go quiet. Like, yo, what's going on with Sami Zayn? And then you hear him say, yo, there's been a change in Sami Zayn, and I'm going to figure this out. And then they talk to him in the middle of what's going on with you, fam? It's like, look, I have tried to be the nice guy, the supportive guy, even when y'all booed me. Who did you? Hold on. Got it. He Huluva kicks AJ Styles. He starts randomly Huluva kicking every face. Michael Cole starts saying, hey, we've seen a change in Sami Zayn, and we have Kathy Kelly go talk to him after he Huluva kicks Cody Rhodes. And Kathy Kelly's like, yo, what's going on with you, Sami Zayn? And Sami Zayn says, look, when y'all liked me, when y'all cheered me, I got nothing. And even when y'all hated me, even when y'all booed me, you knew who I wrestled at WrestleMania? Johnny fucking Knoxville. And I lost to Johnny Knoxville at WrestleMania. I am tired of being the nice guy, the supportive guy, because anytime that I do it, whether it's Kevin Owens, whether it's Jey Uso, whether it's Jimmy Uso, whether it's Roman Reigns, Solo, all of these people, Shinsuke Nakamura, all of these people who I've supported, they turn their back on me. Now y'all gonna really see what Sami Zayn is about. And he starts Huluva kicking the shit out of the WWE, and he finally gets the belt, and instead of him crying because he got the belt and the crowd saying you deserve it, he looks at that belt, he happy he won it, but then he says, I should have been had this. Y'all held me back, and there will not be a chance from anybody taking this belt from me. He already got that long ass beard. He already looked disheveled. He already looked like he'd been through a lot. Make Sami a madman. And I'm telling you, it will go off better than this whole we can do it Sami Zayn shit that y'all waiting on. Because new pop quiz, hot shot. It looks like CM Punk and Seth Rollins at WrestleMania, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, yeah.
Matter of fact, you know how you kick this off too, Camp? Let Sami Zayn be the last two at Royal Rumble. Do what y'all tried to do with John Cena. But had this man legit just, hey, Sammy, snap.
Yeah. Yeah. And plus there are no boyhood dream stories for non-American wrestlers. I just want to hear the "you people respect violence" promo. That's what I want to see.
So I'm gonna give you what you want.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, Sami Zayn is definitely, I mean, again, he has all of the tools, he has the attributes, all of his 2K sliders are in the perfect place to be the world champ. There's just a small tweak. Just a small tweak. That's all that needed. You know, and we are onto something. I think this era of the WWE in general, we are relying too much on heartstrings. What happened to just people that are like, look, I am going to get to the top by hook or crook, and I am going to get there whether you like me or not. I will get the title, and you can either love me or hate me. Then, like, what happened to those stories? Like, that was so dope about Edge. See, yeah, Edge on the decline was, oh yeah, I'm this great guy, I'm this face, I have this great redemption story about my neck, yeah, all of that. But we forget when the Brood broke up, and then when Edge and Christian broke up, Edge was like, I'm going to get the title no matter what y'all think. I don't give a fuck about any of you. I want the title. That's all that matters to me. You can decide if you like me or not later. I'm going to beat Rey Mysterio. I'm going to beat Batista. I'm going to beat John Cena. I don't care who has the title. I just want it. I couldn't tell whether he was truly going to be heel or face because he was going to take his shot on anybody. And I think Sami Zayn needs to adopt more of that if we're going to see what we all expect to see eventually.
Yeah. So that's it on Sami Zayn, y'all. All right, so before we get to Do We Care, WrestlePalooza, 2 matches has been announced. We have Io Sky versus Stephanie Vaquer. Can't wait for that match. Can't wait for that match at all. But we do officially have John Cena versus Brock Lesnar confirmed. The first PLE at ESPN. Your thoughts on this?
WrestlePalooza is the appropriate title. I don't care to see it, to be honest with you. Brock Lesnar versus John Cena. Because, we kind of know what we're going to get. I don't think, even though I think there is something new that John Cena could show us, I don't think it's going to be in this. I am curious if we're going to get the knockdown drag out 20 to 23 years ago, or if we're going to get I'm going to get my ass beat but win the match like we did 12 or 13 years ago. I don't know if we're just going to see Suplex City and 7 AAs. And that's why I'm like, I don't love this. But Johnson is on the way out, man. So I respect it. That's what I got. That's what I got.
Yeah, we'll have our predictions next week before the week of. But John Cena, John Cena picking who you want. That's where we at. So, I mean, that's the only thing I got. Like, this is who he wants. So, we'll go from there.
And I wonder, it's not a bad thing. Let me not talk about it like that. It's not a bad thing, but it's just like, I don't know. I think we got enough Brock Lesnar versus Cena, though. I think that ran its course.
Look, you ain't got no debate for me. I don't want to see the shit, but apparently John Cena do.
Yeah, I mean, and I know some injury and some things like, I mean, even just going back to SmackDown, no Edge, no Kevin Owens. I guess it's no time for CM Punk, or well, he's in the bigger program.
No, we already got the CM Punk thing in Saudi Arabia.
Oh, damn, that's right.
When he was a heel.
Honestly, I would have preferred WrestlePalooza, and I'm not just trying to throw his name out here constantly. John Cena, AJ Styles, because beat up John Cena was a moment.
A lot of people talked about how it looks like AJ Styles is not on the list of this run, and this is why some of the people that are not on this list are people that you see doing his moves. You've seen John Cena do the Styles Clash. You see him do the Spear. You've seen him do moves of numerous people that he's wrestled during his career.
Yeah.
And John Cena said, hey, I can't wrestle everybody up in this joint, but I think I'm with you. If it's between John Cena and Brock Lesnar, AJ Styles and Brock Lesnar, I probably would rather see John Cena go up against AJ Styles because he gonna overcome Brock Lesnar? And if I just told y'all I don't want to hear this damn you can do it ass story for Sami Zayn versus anybody, I for damn sure don't want it to be him versus Brock Lesnar and he finally defeated the odds, because for what?
Right.
He did it. Am I gonna be like the dude that was happy at WrestleMania 7 when Miss Elizabeth and Macho Man got together? The dude that had like the banana shit on, like and like nah, fam. Like, yo, that's just me though. It ain't got nothing to do with Brock Lesnar and his exploits.
Yeah.
He simply got. I would rather Brock Lesnar go up against somebody else.
Facts.
You know? So yeah, I don't care about, that version. I don't care about Peacemaker John Cena going up against Brock Lesnar.
Yeah. Sorry.
That's it. Yeah. All right, so but SmackDown next week, however, is supposed to be lit. Brock Lesnar will appear and talk about why he want to beat up John Cena again. But Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton and Tiffany Stratton versus Jade Cargill. So let's start with the latter first. Is there a potential that Jade Cargill can actually take the belt, Tiffany Stratton?
Yes, because people wanted to see it anyway. So, just makes sense to do it.
Yes. Unless Paul wants to put a belt on a black woman, I don't think it's no shot.
I mean, hey, listen, anything for people to stop saying that Jade's career is over, like, because she lost the match. It's like, how do y'all watch this shit? How do you watch it?
I just don't see. I never want to be on First Black Champ saying that a black woman is not going to win the championship.
Yeah.
So we just gonna move on. We just gonna move on. Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton. Looks like Randy Orton needs to get some revenge, retaliation, and get back. He needs. Hey, look, I'm still mad that Damian Priest lost to Aleister Black on SmackDown.
Yeah.
Like, so all that what happened at SummerSlam, sure, what was that, in the Hell in a Cell match, whatever that match was, shit. With all that happened there, that shit's dead. That shit's gone for Damian Priest. But Drew McIntyre, it looks like he's headed to a showdown with Cody Rhodes, so to speak. But what do you expect from this Randy Orton, Drew McIntyre kind of rematch here? Because they had the celebrity match attached to it last time they wrestled.
Yeah, man. I'm expecting Drew McIntyre to dominate. Well, I won't say dominate, but definitely go over, because it just probably seems like the right thing to do. To be honest, I'm very underwhelmed. I'm just uninterested. Even though I think Drew McIntyre is great, they're starting to book him in the same scenario, much like Cody Rhodes. Like just I'm now starting to fall in love with the creative has nothing for you angle versus the, hey, well, let's do this angle with them now. So that's how I feel. I don't even, I kind of check out during all of this, to be honest with you, my man. It's kind of blowing me. Pause.
All right, man. Well, that's all I got for that, because y'all already know why I'm. Look, man, I'm sorry, Jack. I'm just mad that Drew McIntyre is in this situation in the first place. Yeah, I don't think he should be in this situation. I think it should be Damian Priest in this situation, but it is what it is on that. With that being said, it is now time for Do We Care?
Hey.
It's now time for us to talk about a couple of things that's going on in the world of wrestling and see if we care about this or not. I feel like this one might be one we care about. I'm not for sure, but rumors has persisted for a while that the Street Profits was going to break up. According to reports, the duo plans on breaking up sometime soon. And we've seen some hints, including when they lost to the entire Wyatt Six. I got my thoughts on that. They lost to the entire Wyatt Six, but then was looking at each other mad. Like, how the fuck we lose this shit? Well, you lost to a whole ass group. All of them attacked you, so why are you mad at each other?
Right.
But it feels like in this case we're going this direction. Even if you follow Montez Ford on Instagram, he's been doing a lot of his own vignettes about people needing to find out who the real him is and all that stuff, which I actually dig. So with that being said, how do you feel about this time right now, this era, or the Street Profits breaking up, and it feels like it's gonna happen?
Yeah. I mean, hey man, it's I can't think of a reason to have them stay together at this point. So good job, Paul, if that's what you wanted us to do. I mean, I get not wanting to break them up when they were fresh off of winning titles in every single program that the WWE had. Like, they literally won at Evolve, NXT, SmackDown championships, Raw championships. So I get that. And then there was that run during the early Tribal Chief era where they put Montez in a couple of solo matches, and they loved that, but then nothing happened with it. But now, I mean, well, and then the Bobby Lashley experiment, and but now it's like, why should they be together? So that's a question I can't answer. But now the do we care? It's like, damn, I do care about them individually, but how does that hold well for most tag teams? Like, yeah. But this is absolutely the best time. Yep. Hey, I agree with Ross. I agree with Russ. Yeah, man. Why not now? Skip it. Let's just do it. Let's see what happens.
I officially don't care about this tag team. Let's go ahead and get it out the way. I don't care if they fight each other. I don't care if they say, man, let's just move on. Whatever it is, just go ahead and get it over with. At this point, I'm at, let's just knock this out, do what y'all got to do, and go from there. I do think both of them have potential outside of their careers. I am not one of those people that think that, I hate to say what I'm about to say, but I'm not one of those people now that think that Montez Ford is a future WWE champion. I'm just not. I have to see it. I'm not saying that he won't have a great career. I just have to see it. I have to see him as a solo in a ring. I have to see him with his charisma and the persona that he would have in order to put him where y'all talking about he needs to be. You know who also had potential to be a world champion, in-ring potential to be a world champion? Shelton Benjamin. Did he sniff a world championship? No. Right? And part of it is because I ain't want to hear Shelton Benjamin talk. I ain't want to see him like do anything special. He had Shelton Benjamin. I fuck with him as an in-ring competitor, but he reminded me of like one of my book smart ass cousins. Like, yo, if I go over there, we gonna play nothing. We gonna read books and shit. And he gonna be like, yo, you want to run? Like, yeah, like.
Right.
Shelton Benjamin on Instagram is more compelling than him on camera.
No, for sure. Also, one other thing. I actually would like to see Dox and B-Fab, what they do. I am actually, if there's one thing I do care about that we didn't see coming in all of this, it's Dox, B-Fab. What are they going to do? I'm actually interested in that. Even if it's going back to NXT, I'm interested.
Yeah, like, I just actually need to see it.
Yeah.
Before I say this person is a potential world champion. Montez Ford has the look. He has the charisma and all that, but we've only seen it as a tag.
Yeah.
What happens when you in that room alone? What happens when you in that ring by yourself? When they give you the mic on the first segment of Raw, or the first segment in the second hour of Raw, or the first or second in Smack. Like, let me see it then.
Yeah. No,
let me see it when you're going up against the main card guys and see what story can you tell. Let me see that then before I put the battery in anybody's back and say that Montez Ford is a potential world champion. However, I'm tired of the will they or won't they. Let's just get this shit out the way. Let them do their thing. And let's see who's going to be Marty Jannetty, who's going to be Shawn Michaels, or who's going to be JBL, and who's going to be Ron Simmons.
Yeah.
Because that's the way I would go here. Who's JBL? Because JBL went from black hair, Ron, let's go whoop these people ass, to cowboy hat, blonde hair, I'm actually rich.
Listen, hey, I'm gonna say it right now so it don't look like I'm trying to jump on the wave. I have Dox being the better promo guy right now. And I've had him at that spot for 3 years. He's not as animated, may not be as overly talented as Montez Ford, but I got Dox as the better promo guy. Just like JBL was the better promo guy from Ron Simmons or Farouk, whatever you remember.
So we'll see. AJ Styles' contract is reportedly up in February 2026. Now let's just say retirement is on the way for AJ Styles. Should he be receiving the same type of farewell tour treatment, or at least some type of farewell tour treatment right now?
I think so. But I think we talked about this a few weeks ago. It's just difficult because it's not a homegrown talent, if you will. AJ Styles is a big deal in the world of wrestling. And unfortunately, though, at the same time, if you miss that WWE window, you may not care as much. But I think he does deserve something because if anything, if nothing else, France and the rest of the world, like the European markets and the overseas markets, let you know AJ Styles is a wrestling treasure and should be respected and treated that way. So, yeah.
Not only am I going to say yes, because if it's 2026, need to start now. Not only am I going to say next, that has to involve TNA. I think his farewell tour deserves to be him defeating Trick Williams and becoming a TNA world champion, and then in February him losing to a Mike Santana and passing the torch, so to speak. You're right, he's not homegrown WWE, but now that the WWE is not only in bed with TNA, they're clearly like in the same company. Like, we clearly see what's going on. I think that AJ Styles defending the TNA World Championship at WrestleMania is way more impactful than him going on some farewell tour thing. You need that there. That man is synonymous with that brand. He is that brand, and that's how his career should end. But it should end in partnership and not with, him leaving somewhere. But this all coincides really with if this is retirement for AJ Styles. If this is retirement for AJ Styles, then you do that. If this is not retirement for AJ Styles, of course, hell no. And you're going to mess around and see him in New Japan before you see him in TNA. So, well, that is it, man. Real quick before we get out of here, any predictions for the football season, though? Like, do you have a Super Bowl prediction? Do you have a team that you think is going to go to the Super Bowl?
No, not at all. I don't. I am people watching Titans fans all season, and if I can, I'm going to try to make a couple games. I'll tell you what, I'm looking forward to the new stadium, Nissan Stadium, the way they got it laid out with the solar panel, like plexiglass, bulletproof glass, whatever glass that is over the dome that they got, so they can get the Super Bowl here by like 2031 or 2 or something like that. I'm here for that. I'm here for everything around it as far as the Titans organization goes. I will say that I'm hoping fanfare picks up as people come to the city. But no, I don't have any predictions at all. But hey, bear down because I'm from Illinois, and tighten up because I live in Midtown. So best of luck to all of you.
Well, I at least have the Bears winning tomorrow, 27-10. Tomorrow on Monday Night Football, I'll be wearing my Bears jersey during one of my meetings, and if anybody got something to say about it, I will fly to their city. That's the mood that I'm in with this season, because I'm tired of people talking about my quarterback, and I'm tired of people talking about this team. I am tired of having people still talk about 2024. It is 2025. Damn it, we moved on. At the same time, yeah, Kemp, like you're technically, even though they move, you're technically in the city that wears quite possibly the greatest jersey of all time, those old Houston Oilers jerseys. So if you ever see a 3X Warren Moon, let me know so I can put it on layaway. With that being said,
you should have hit me because I got the Oilers starter joint.
No, I need the Warren Moon. I need the one.
No, hey, listen, I was in
Jersey.
Yeah, I seen that for 2 seasons. I'm bad.
The authentic.
Yeah.
Stitch.
They don't have that joint on the rack. It was 2 feet beyond my reach. So yeah.
Oh yeah. When you go back, let me know.
For sure.
Let me know. Let me know. Because goddamn, that is still the greatest jersey. Those Houston Oilers jerseys, the greatest jersey, the bright blue. I always wanted the Houston Oilers to go against the Chicago Bears in the Super Bowl. That was my hope growing up because I was a fan of both teams. So with that being said, man, hey, y'all enjoy y'all football. Thank y'all for joining us before football today. But yeah, we are 45 minutes away from the NFL season really going into play. So make sure y'all got y'all fantasy football league set. And make sure that you got your FanDuels and your DraftKings and your Prize Pick set. And I'll let Camp end us out the way we normally do.
Yes. So, man, we thank you all sincerely for checking out this show. Oh, one last tag team to also talk about with separation. Miz and Morrison.
Yeah.
So, man, hey, listen. Hey, look, we appreciate y'all checking out the show. Do everything that Bang said, but also always know that we appreciate you sincerely every week for holding us down here. or on social media platforms. Likes, comments, shares, rumor, innuendo, questions, suggestions, all of it greatly appreciated. We thank and humbly appreciate you. And always know that if you ever want to talk about wrestling in an unconventional way, that you do so by checking out the First Black Champ podcast. It's the pick with the VP, DOC, and we are out. Fuck Johnny Wrestling.
But did you see him on NXT? They tried to do all that, we the old NXT shit. Did you?
Yeah. Nope. Fuck out of here.